Previously on Fandemic. Well, that's all for everyone. I'll catch you. Again!
Don't! Don't shoot! Gotta get the part!
What part? There's no audition. I'm not even one firing the weapons!
Oh, this is an actual shooting going on. Just freaking Lord!
Do the intro. Of independent or fan-made media. I'm your host, Indie Fan. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Released on November 15th, 2019, Jedi Fallen Order tells the story of Jedi Cal Kestis, played by Cameron Monaghan, as he tries to regain his connection to the Force, all the while being pursued by the Empire. The game received positive reviews, winning Game of the Year, Best Game Design, and Best Adventure Game by Titanium Awards, Adventure Game of the Year by the 23rd Annual DICE Awards, Game Franchise Action and Sound Effects by Navigator, no, not those guys, Excellence in Sound Effects by SXSW Gaming Awards, Music of the Year, and Best Original Choral Composition by the 18th Annual Gang Awards. And Video Game Score of the Year by ASCAP Composer's Choice, and Video Game Score of the Year by ASCAP Choice Awards, as well as Outstanding Original Score for Interactive Media. Game also spawned a sequel and a novel tie-in, which bridges the events between that and Jedi Survivor. Shit, it was even mentioned in fucking South Park.
Why did I agree to this? I don't even have a machine to play Fallen Order on.
And of course, as per usual, I think you know where this is going. This year, director Zach Golden decided to make a feature-length film, which is also a sequel to his previous film, The Foretelling, and as we'll be looking into today. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time. This is Kestis, a Jedi Survivor story. So the movie starts off in 221 BBY, in the Terranor sector of Kashyyyk, where Galen Merrick is down and his father is slain as an Inquisitor taunts him.
When you tire of losing, you know where to find us.
Oh, and I wasn't joking. That's literally Galen Merrick from The Force Unleashed. To those who don't know who he is, Galen Merrick is an overpowered Force user raised by his father, also a Jedi on the planet of Kashyyyk. His father was killed by Vader, and he brought him in to become a secret apprentice / personal assassin until he was no longer of use to him. But it didn't end completely tragically, as he later rescued several political prisoners, one of them being Bail Organa, and his sacrifice caused the Rebel Alliance to form, with his family symbol. We then cut to the hall sector of Boss Pity with our protagonist, Cal Kestis, played by cosplayer Wesley Hamilton, or as he is known on YouTube, Cal Westis. And Night Sister Marin, played by... Yeah, I can't remember. If anyone can tell me in the comments, please do. And here we have, well, I shouldn't say a flaw somewhat, although it's a head scratcher, the stormtroopers are computer generated. The computer generated stuff isn't exactly the best here, and you can see why. We then cut to the Mandalore section of Kiramurit, or however you pronounce it, where the Creed of Mandalorians, with one Dax Rizzler and Barton Jessic, return to the Creed, with the patriarch of the family father, played by Don Spencer, happy to see them. However, the news is they can't search for any more of their members to avoid getting caught, and we soon learn one of them turned down an offer from an Imperial officer for membership for their Super Commando division, with a lot of the members understandably unhappy about the fact he'd even consider such a thing. We then cut to Dax seemingly distraught over his missing brethren, with the Mandalorian we saw at the beginning counseling him, only for the Empire to catch up to them, and the Mandalorians make their stand and orders Barton to go and find Egg, much to his protest.
Alright, we get a sweet gunfight! Probably one that I'm not in right now.
We see Barton run to a place to use the Force to call for aid, which brings the attention of Cal Kestis, which causes him to bring Marin and take the Mantis without orders. Are you sure leaving the others behind is a good idea, especially given they caused the Empire trouble? And we cut back to Kiramurit, or however you pronounce it, as they're fighting invisible troopers? And the Mandalorians are defeated off screen?
Come on, really?
And this leads to another problem. The Mandalorians are practical, but not the Stormtroopers. And you don't even take advantage of the costumes of the Mandalorians. And so it turns out the Mandalorian who allegedly turned down the offer instead reported them.
What a twist!
And so he expects an award from Inquisitor Galen Merrick, not played by Sam Witwer, but manages to get impersonation of him down to a T. He even does an outstanding performance of his character. Aside from that, he then stabs him in the back because he knew he would betray the Empire and orders a raid party. Meanwhile, back with Cal and Marin, they run into Barton. Upon knowing he killed another Jedi, Cal de-escalates the situation, refusing to kill another Jedi, and Barton learns the past, leaving him disgusted, but Cal insists not to entrust them, but rather the Force.
I don't know why, but I really love characters who use their position of power to do good.
We learned the Mandalorians from earlier took him in and did right by him, and needs their help to free his Mando brethren.
And with that, it's time for a planning/training montage. Oh, there isn't one. Oh. Bummer.
It turns out Galen was hunting only for Marin to distract him with a fake offer to join the Inquisition, but not before Merrick scans her in a sense and detects two Jedi. Cal understandably upset, but Barton understands and wants to use this to his advantage. But before they can execute their plan,
Gotcha, bitch.
Merrick, who's waiting for them. Cal stays behind to fight Galen, whereas Barton goes to save his family.
And sadly, this isn't much of a con, given that there is no fan service here. Sorry.
That being said though, where there's a lack in cool gunfighting, they make up for it in the lightsaber choreography, especially in the fight between Galen and Cal, using their respective fighting styles. So as that's happening, Merrick incapacitates a stormtrooper and finds the Mandalorians in a holding cell, but they are pinned down by laser fire. Back with Galen and Cal, Galen has the edge, but not before Cal puts up one hell of a good fight. Back with Marin and the Mandalorians, the father is killed and all seems lost, even with Cal on the losing end, until... Back with Galen Merrick, he snaps out of it and begins asking himself why did he join the dark side.
Which also begs the question, how did he join the dark side to begin with, given it wasn't shown here?
And with that, he sacrifices himself by pulling down the Star Destroyer, and so with that, Marin and Cal reunite along with the rest of the Mandalorian Creed, and our movie ends with them going their separate ways, with Mandos evacuating the planet, and Cal getting a list with an old lightsaber, as our duo leaves for the Mantis. Soon followed by a secret ending 27 years later, with Luke and Ben Solo.
When the times are hard, trust in your training. Trust only in the Force. Looks like your father's here for a visit. Let's welcome him home.
That was Kestis, a Jedi Survivor story. Time for my pros and cons.
Story is good, characters are in character, well for the most part. Fight choreography is great, although some of the changes are a little bothersome, and some of the effects are good, while others, not so much.
Final analysis is an A.
So yeah, this was a pretty good fan film. If you wish to see it, link in the description down below.
Well, that's all for today, everyone. Have a good day, and I'll catch you next time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got some grifters at my door.